class I did a few problems based on terminal velocity. Let me to solve few problems today also. Okay, so I will give you problem. Okay, you just do this yourself. Okay, if you have any doubt, feel free to ask students. Okay, so I will give you few problems. Wait for a 2 minutes. Let them to join. Okay, few students are joining now. Okay, let them to join. Okay, let them to join. Yes. Yes. Students, just try to solve this problem. Second problems based on terminal velocity. So this is very important problem. 27 identical drop, okay, of water are falling, okay, falling down vertically in air, each with a velocity. So that is nothing but terminal velocity. Just try to understand. So terminal velocity, that is 0.515 meter per second. So last class I did one NCERT problem also. This is similar problems. Okay, if they combine to form a drop single bigger drop, okay, single bigger drop, what will be its terminal velocity? Now students, just see the question of this, okay, problem. Just try to understand the question now. What they given here, students? So in this particular question they given 27 identical drops. So for example, a small drops like this, okay, 27 number is how much? 27, okay, small drops are there like this. They are falling vertically down, okay, in air, each with the terminal velocity is given. So each small drop terminal velocity is how much? So that is 0.15 meter per second. If they are combined to form a single drop, so for example, if I joined all 27, okay, so all 27, okay, drop, and if I make it as a single drop, okay, so it becomes now, okay, a bigger drop. So that is nothing but single bigger drop. What will be its terminal velocity? Now I want to calculate terminal velocity of this bigger drop. So this is called bigger drop. Okay, so this is nothing but bigger drop. So 27 drops are there here. 27 drops is equal to one big drop. Okay, okay, big drop. Okay, spherical drop. Remember students, okay, it means, so terminal velocity, let me to take it as terminal velocity of this one is vt dash, okay, and terminal velocity of a smaller drop will be vt. Now I want terminal velocity of bigger drop. How to calculate, students? What they given, students? Remember students, let us consider R be the radius of this smaller drop. Capital R, this is the, okay, capital. So that's why for bigger drop, I have to take. Radius of bigger drop is R. Okay, radius of smaller drop is small r. Let me to take. Okay, so just write down everything. Okay, from figure. Okay, from figure we can write it as assume or let r be the radius of each small drop. Okay, each small drop is r. Then what is the velocity of this? Vt is the velocity. That is nothing but we can write it as terminal velocity of small drop. Terminal velocity of small drop. Okay, then capital R means this is the radius of, okay, bigger drop. Okay, so then what is the terminal velocity of bigger drop? So let me to take it as Vt dash. Okay, so this is the terminal velocity of, okay, bigger drop. Yes, students, just try to understand. This is so simple. Now remember students, so if small r is the radius of smaller drop, capital R be the radius of bigger drop, Vt is the terminal velocity of smaller drop, Vt dash is the, okay, terminal velocity of bigger drop. In the same way, okay, V means this is the volume of the smaller drop, and V, capital V, okay, capital V, it is the, okay, or we can take it as V dash, whatever it may be. V dash is the volume of the bigger drop. Then how can I write volume? Okay, so from this, okay, so from this let me to write in this way. So volume of V means what? Or we can write it as V dash. This is the volume of bigger drop. Okay, bigger drop. Then, or single drop, whatever, single drop. Then we can write V. So this is the volume of smaller drop. Okay, small drop. Now remember students, by seeing this only you can tell, okay, bigger drop volume is nothing but what? 27 times that of what? Small single drop, isn't it? So therefore V is nothing but what? Or V dash is nothing but what? 27 times that of volume of, okay, small drops. We can write in this way. So see, if 27 small drops comes, then only you will get one big drop, isn't it? So that is the volume. So to get this much of volume, we have to multiply or we have to add. Okay, so like that. So in same case, let me to write in this way. Now you just tell me students, what is that? What I want here, if they combine to form a single drop, will be the its terminal velocity? What will be the terminal velocity? Terminal velocity of which one? Terminal velocity of Vt dash I want, means for bigger drop I want. Okay, I want to calculate, okay, terminal velocity of this. Okay, if they combine to form a single form, combine to, if I combine 27 small drops, okay, so then it becomes a one single drop, that is bigger drop. So I want to calculate terminal velocity of that. So remember, so here volume of the bigger drop, how can I write? Volume of any spherical body, we can write it as 4 by 3 pi, okay, r cube. R means here radius, so r cube, which is equal to, okay, r cube, this is, which is equal to 27 times that of volume of smaller drop. What is the volume of this smaller drop? Again, this is spherical, so that's why 4 by 3 pi, radius of this one is r cube. Students remember, so this is the case. Now remember students, in this particular case, Okay, equality is there. Okay, so we can cancel this term. Okay, pi cancels, 4 by 3, 4 by 3, all are cancels. So then remaining term is r cube, which is equal to 27 times that of r cube, small r cube. Then what is r means? R means, okay, cube root of this one, that is nothing but 3 times that of r, means capital R means 3 times that of small r. Okay, that is our r value. Now remember students, I already told you last class what I told you. Terminal velocity is always, okay, directly proportional to square of the, okay, radius. Means we know one relation, we know that relation. What is that relation? We know what is that relation. Terminal velocity is directly proportional to r square. Means terminal velocity always depends on radius. So it means, so therefore now I want to calculate terminal velocity of bigger drop. So it means let me to divide, okay, divide, okay, vt dash divided by vt. I want to calculate this. Okay, vt dash means what? Vt dash means what? According to this, so how can I write this? Vt which is equal to r means here vt dash means r square divided by vt means here r square. Is it clear students? Is it clear? Is it clear? If you not understood means you can write equation for both. Okay, so let me to write equation for both. So remember, so for a bigger drop I am writing now, so which consists of full of 27 smaller drops like this, it makes one single drops. So terminal velocity is vt dash. Vt dash means what? 2 by 9 r square. This is the radius of the bigger drop from here to here, that is r. Okay, so then rho minus sigma, okay, g value yesterday we already know, divided by eta. So this is for bigger drop. For a smaller drop, if I write terminal velocity is simple vt. Okay, what do you mean by vt? Same thing, 2 by 9, instead of capital R I have to use here, okay, r square sigma like this divided by eta into g. See, this is for bigger drop I written here, this is for smaller drop. So I am dividing means vt dash by vt. If I done, okay, 2 by 9, 2 by 9 get cancels, okay, this one get cancels, everything cancels. So remaining term is r square by, like this. We can do in this way also. Okay, this is for smaller drop, okay, this is for big drop, okay, bigger drop. You can write in this way directly, I written here, okay, for your convenience. So vt dash which is equal to, or we can write vt dash divided by vt is nothing but r divided by small r whole square. I can write in this way also. Is it clear students? Now remember students, just we written here, but we know r is equal to what? 3 times that of r. Then how can I write the equations for this? Okay, vt dash divided by vt which is equal to, okay, r means what? 3 times that of r. Okay, so square is there, whole square is there. Okay, so now r 1 r get cancels, means vt dash by vt which is equal to what? 3 square is nothing but 9. But I want here vt dash. What is vt dash formula? What is vt dash equation? Okay, so in this particular case let me to write vt dash which is equal to, this is for terminal velocity for bigger drop, that is 9 times that of vt. Now remember, I want vt dash here, 9 times that of vt means what? Terminal velocity of smaller drop, they already given, just to see the problem. What is that? 0.15 meter per second, right? They given already. So how can I write this Vt dash for, okay, bigger drop? How can I write this? So what is the answer? Anybody getting? You just tell me, students. Anybody getting answer for this? 9 into 0.15. Anyone getting? Anyone? Anyone? Students, make it fast. So you just check whether you getting 1.35 or not. Okay, 1.35 meter per second you will get terminal velocity for bigger drop. Okay, this is the terminal velocity for bigger drop. Okay, bigger drop. So this is the answer we want. Is it okay, students? Students, just tell me fast. Is it okay? Yes, Namita. You are getting same thing, Namita? You are getting same thing? Same answer you are getting? Yes. Okay then. Okay, then let me to check whether you understood or not these type of problems. So let me to give one more problems. Just try to solve. Okay. I will give you a slightly tricky one. Okay. Just try to solve this. Okay. Yes. Third one. A bearing ball bearing of radius is given here in this particular case of 1.5 millimeter, made of iron. This ball bearing, okay, this ball bearing which is in spherical shape, which is made up of iron, material is here iron, okay, of density. Remember always, students, depending upon material, different material, for example copper, it has its own density, steel, it has its own density, then whatever it may be iron, it has its own density. So for material to material, density will be changes. Remember, they will give you density here. What is that density they given? Gram, 7.85 gram per centimeter cube. They given in terms of gram. Okay, this is in terms of millimeter. Okay, is allowed to fall through a long column of glycerin of density. What is that density, students? They given 1.25 gram per centimeter cube. 1.25, this is okay. So it is found that to attain a terminal velocity of 2.25 centimeter per second, determine the viscosity of glycerin. Okay, so now can you calculate these type of problems, students? Can you just try to solve this? A ball bearing of radius is given. See here. So solution, let me to write the given quantities. Okay, here given quantities in problem. What is that? Radius is given in terms of 1.5 millimeter of iron, of density. Okay, density of iron is given. Density of iron. So density of iron means this is the spherical ball density, so that's why we have to take it as rho. Remember always, 7.85 gram centimeter cube is allowed to fall through a long column of glycerin. So for example, this is a long, okay, column, plastic, or which is made up of glass column. Okay, so which is filled with full of glycerin, has a fluid, okay, so like this, okay. Now iron ball which is allowed to fall like this, okay, so allowed to fall downward direction, okay. So now liquid density, that is nothing but density of glycerin is given, density of glycerin, what is that glycerin density, so that is nothing but sigma, okay, 1.25 gram per centimeter cube. Here also gram is given, these also gram, okay. So no need to convert. It is found that to attain the terminal velocity of this, so terminal velocity they already given, it is maintaining some constant velocity, that is nothing but terminal velocity they already given, okay. Terminal velocity, at what velocity it maintains, it maintains 2.25 centimeter per second, students. So this iron ball maintaining which velocity, students, vt is 2.25, okay, centimeter per second. So remember, centimeter is there, centimeter is there, centimeter is there, but here millimeter is there, you have to convert millimeter to centimeter. How to convert millimeter to centimeter? So millimeter to centimeter means divided by 10, so it means 0.15, okay. Now it comes in centimeter, now it is centimeter, 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 gram, gram, okay. So no need to convert, remember, students. Then what we want here, determine the viscosity of the glycerin. What is this? Viscosity of the glycerin means what? Eta. So eta for glycerin I want. So what is eta value here? I want. Can you calculate this eta value, students, by using formula Vt, which is equal to 2 by 9 r square, okay, rho minus sigma g divided by, okay, eta. But I want eta value, okay. Just try to understand which format we have to use. Eta means what then? 2 by 9 r square rho minus sigma into g divided by what? I have to take Vt. Vt comes this side, so this one will goes this side. So this is the formula to calculate eta, means coefficient of viscosity. Yes, good, Namita, correct. Your answer is correct. So anybody getting answer, you just tell me, students. Anybody getting answer, you just tell me fast. So G value, what is G value? Someone asking. G value is, actually G value is 9.8 meter per second, but meter we don't want here. We want in terms of centimeter. So that's why in terms of centimeter, we can write it as 9.8. I can't write. So 980, okay, centimeter per second square. So this is the G value. Put 980, okay, instead of 980. Why? Because centimeter, 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 okay. Yes, anybody other than Namita? No one getting? Is it okay, students? All of you getting same thing? Deepika, why are you late? I already informed, right? Answer, students. I will give you one homework problem, just to try this at your home. Otherwise, at last, at the end of the class, I will give you some time, okay. You just tell me the answer. So last problem based on this, okay. So we'll see if our time is there, we will solve a few more problems later, okay. So next problem, this is slightly different one, just try to solve this, okay. Third problem based on terminal velocity. An air bubble, so let me to write here only, okay. You can take a screenshot also, okay. An air bubble of 1 centimeter radius is rising at a steady rate of 0.5 centimeter per second through a liquid of density 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Calculate the coefficient of viscosity of a liquid. Neglect the density of air. So neglect density of the air means you have to take it as 0. Density of air. See here what they given, let me to write. Okay, so what they given, a radius of the bubble is given. Radius of bubble. Okay, what is that radius of the bubble? Air bubble is air bubble, so that is okay 1 centimeter is riding. Okay, steady rate of, so means terminal velocity will also given. Okay, terminal velocity of air bubble, terminal velocity of air bubble. But remember students, terminal velocity of air bubble, okay, rising means air bubble is rising upward direction. I already told you yesterday, when it is rising upward direction, vt always we have to take it as negative. So that's why vt we can write it has, okay, what is that, point minus 0.5 centimeter per second. Why? Because air bubble is moving upward direction, rising, they told. Okay, then remember students, one more they told. So density of air is given, so but they told neglect the density of air. So that's why I already told you previous one. So what is that? Density of air, that is nothing but rho is nothing but 0 only. Why? Because for a air bubble density will be, we can take it as 0. Density of the viscous medium or liquid, the given, what is that? Density of, okay, liquid. So that is sigma, they given 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. This also centimeter, centimeter, this is also centimeter, no need to convert. Okay, so this is minus. Okay, now what we have to calculate students? What I have to calculate? Calculate the coefficient of viscosity. Again I want what is eta. Can you calculate students? I will give you 2 minutes. Can you calculate these things? So students, did you understood or not here why I written minus sign? Yesterday you just go through your notes. Okay, I already given this point. What is that point? When air bubble rising upward direction, its a terminal velocity we have to take it as negative. When a body moves downward direction, then terminal velocity we have to mention in terms of positive. Okay, you must remember these points students. Okay, so can you solve for this? For eta, what is the value for eta? What is the formula? Formula is same thing. So what you written formula? So last class we already did these things. Vt is nothing but 2 by 9 r square. Okay, rho minus sigma into g divided by eta, but I want eta itself. So that's why 2 by 9 r square. Okay, rho minus sigma into g whole divided by vt. Yes, everything is there on you, in front of you. Okay, just try to solve this. How much you got students? You just tell me. Yes, anybody? Students, anyone getting? Anyone getting here? Yes, good. Namita, what is that? 348 you will get 0.4. Yes, correct. So what is that? So after okay, substituting all these values, okay, so after substituting all these values, students just go through this value, each and everything I written on the board, okay, 348 point, okay, 348.4, okay, points you will get. So this is the exact answer for this question. Okay, you just substitute everything. Okay, 1 square, that is, then rho is nothing but 0 minus sigma is nothing but 0.8. Then this one g value, you already know g value for in terms of, yes, Rakshit, correct, g value for in terms of, okay, centimeter means this is centimeter, this is also centimeter, this is also centimeter, means g value in terms of centimeter is, we already know, I already told you many times, okay, g value you have to write in terms of 980. If meter comes, then you have to substitute 9.8, remember always. Okay, is it okay, students? Is it okay? Yeah. Okay, then many of you already done this. Okay, then we will move to next concept. Two concept remains in this chapter, students. After this chapter we will take one more new chapter. Okay, so let me to finish this chapter. Two more concept, important concepts are left. Okay, so before going to, okay, next chapter, let me to complete this first. Okay, so see, students, a next concept is, that is, adhesive force as well as cohesive force. That is very important, they may ask define. So remember, so that is called adhesive. Okay, adhesive force, adhesive force, or, okay, and cohesive. Sometimes we can write this force in this way also, adhesion and cohesion. This is also correct. Okay, so let me to, okay, explain in brief way with example what do you mean by adhesive force and cohesive force. So let me to take first the cohesive force. Okay, cohesive force, cohesive force or cohesion. Okay, okay, or we can write it as force of cohesion. So in your book they mentioned in this way. Okay, whatever you can write, okay, anyone. So remember, students, what do you mean by cohesion force? So these forces are attractive force. Okay, so in this way I can write the force of attraction, force of attraction between the molecules of same kind, molecules of same substance or same kind. Okay, same substances or same kind is called, okay, cohesive force. So what is the meaning of this? Force of attraction between the molecules of same substance or same kind. So for example, I will give you more and more example. So for example, if you took a mercury, so this is mercury. Okay, so drop of mercury, this is, okay, so for example this is a drop of mercury. You already know how it is look like, it will not sticks, okay, so easily. Okay, so for example this is a mercury. So for example, remember, students, if I want to break this mercury, it will not breaks properly, so it will again, it will looks like this only, and it will forms, okay, quickly it forms, okay, a bigger drop like this. Okay, so like that. Okay, so it is very difficult to separate the molecules, so means that much of attractive force will be there between the molecules. So when very much attractive force will be there between the molecules, you can't separate that molecules easily. So that type of force is called cohesive force. Remember, the force of attraction between molecules of same kind. So in mercury, they are same kind molecules, mercury molecules only. Okay, so these type of molecules are called, okay, cohesive. Okay, force itself is called, okay, cohesive. Okay, cohesive force. So example, let me to write one example. Okay, it is very difficult. Now first example, it is very difficult to break a drop of mercury into small droplets because the reason is a large cohesive force between the molecules between because large a large, okay, cohesive, okay, force between the mercury molecules. So this is the reason it is very difficult to break the, okay, drop of mercury. Once you want to separate this again, it will quickly it will, okay, combine and makes one drop, okay, single drop. So it is just because of large attractive force between the molecules. And very important one more is, it is difficult, this is also good example, it is difficult to separate two sticky two sticky, okay, plates, glass plates, okay, plates of glass, okay, wetted, you can see in your daily life also, with water. Because what is the reason behind this? So for example, you just, okay, dip two glass plate in water and, okay, just you just combine those, okay, glass plate. So after that, okay, if you want to separate that glass plate, it is very difficult to separate it. It is just because of there will be a large cohesive force between the molecules. Remember, it is just because of, okay, because a large, okay, force has to be applied against cohesive force, against the cohesive force. Remember, between the molecules of water. So this is the reason behind this one. Okay, this is the second example. So in your booklet or in your textbook, they given many examples. Just go through that, students. So it is clear that what is that, when same kind of molecules is there, then large amount of attractive force will come. So that type of attractive force itself is called cohesive force. Always remember this one, that molecule should be in same kind, same, from same substance, then only it is possible. Then what do you mean by adhesive force? Okay, this is slightly different one. Remember, so this is also force of attraction between different kinds of molecules. So it means from two different substance, in each substance molecules will be there. So between two different substances there will be a force of attraction between the molecules. So that is nothing but what, adhesive force. So let me to write, okay, adhesive force, adhesive force, or okay, we can write force of adhesion. Yes, yes. So what is that? The force of attraction between molecules of what I told, molecules of different substances. Okay, this is called, okay, we can write it as adhesive force. So for example, see now, I will give you live example. See, this board is one substance which is made up of some molecules. Okay, so this pen itself is one substance which has made up of molecules. See, both, now I can write on the board, so force of attraction will be there, then only I can write like this. So I am writing on the paper with the help of ink. Okay, so that will sticks. Okay, force of attraction will be there. So I can write on blackboard with the help of chalk. That is also what force of attraction will be there between two different substances. So it means the force of attraction between the molecules of different substances. So this type of force is called adhesive force, students. Remember. Okay, example for this. First one, adhesive force helps us to write on the paper with ink. This is the one example, live example. Due to, okay, force of adhesion, water wets the glass plate. So you already know now how the water will sticks a glass plate. Okay. Okay, students, next one, let me to take adhesive force. So I already told you, we can write on the board with the help of what? A large, okay, attractive force between, okay, molecules of different substances. So we can write that example. We can write on the board with the help of chalk. It is due to, okay, adhesive force. Okay, adhesive force. See students, so these are all example which indicates, okay, adhesive force between two different substances. This is quite interesting. Okay, so between same kind of substance means we can call it as what? Cohesive force. So the force of attraction between, okay, molecules of different substance, we can call it as what? How can we define this? That is called adhesive force. Is it okay, students? Is it okay? Are you following my words? Okay then. So okay, students, uh, once derivation left. Okay, so some lengthy derivation is there, and two more concepts are there. So I will take that one in my next class. Okay, so I will take in my next class. Is it okay, students? I can't complete that within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so I will take that one, okay, in my next class. Just, okay, refresh all these things. Okay, just refresh all these things. We will see. Let me to, okay, solve few problems based on these concepts. Okay, next class. Have a nice day, students. Take care. Okay, bye.